Hello, welcome. My name is Charlotte and I am the High Heel Stitcher here on Flosstube and on Instagram. Today is just a little quick trial video. I am going to do a stitch with me. So we're going to see if this works. And if it does, maybe we'll do it again, but we shall see. So I am stitching today on my Kaleidoscope Hippo by KLT Charting. This is a KLT Charting fabric. I believe it is Smoky Rose. I wanted just a nice blocky project for my little trials. So let's get started. The video is probably not going to be too long. It is still quite warm here in the UK, so we will see. It's like so. So I'll do a little bit about me. So as I said, my name is Charlotte. I live on the south coast of England, in between Portsmouth and Southampton. I live with my husband and 2 dogs, although we only have the dogs at the weekend. We have joint custody of them, so my parents, who live about a 10-minute walk away, have them during the day, during the week, while hubby and I work full-time, and then we have them at the weekend. So we pick them up on a Friday on our way home from work, and drop them off Sunday evening. This works well for us, as my parents don't work, they're retired. So it means they're not left all day on their own. So they are 2 cockapoos. Izzy is 10.5 now, and Sarabi turned 2 last week. Before Sarabi, we had a miniature Labradoodle called Lexi, and she was my baby. She was my soul dog, and it was devastating when we lost her because it was quite sudden, and it really affected me and my husband quite hard. And Izzy didn't do well either. She'd never been on her own. So Lexi was 3 years older than Izzy. So for the first 3 years of her life, she was an only dog. So she was quite independent, whereas Izzy has never been alone and really struggled and had quite bad separation anxiety. So we wanted to get another dog, but we weren't sure if we could have the same arrangement after Lexi died, because although Lexi was my dog, Izzy's technically not our dog. She's my sister's, but because they'd bonded, we couldn't separate them when we moved into the house, so this was the compromise that we had. Then, so when Sarabi passed, we sort of stopped having Izzy for a few weeks, which really, it upset us so much. So after speaking with the parents, we agreed that we could continue having the arrangement that we did. So we'd have them at the weekends and they would have them during the week. The following week, we went and saw Sarabi and we brought her home. So it was very quick. I think between Lexi passing and us getting Sarabi, I think it was about 4 weeks. Because Izzy needed somebody. Daryl really needed. It really, really upset him. So he needed that companionship, so we did. We went and we were going to see 2 lots of puppies on that Saturday. And I'd arranged a viewing. The first one was like, yep, if you come in. So we went and saw them. And then I messaged the other ones the night before and said, are we still on for tomorrow? And they went, oh, you hadn't messaged in a couple of days, so we assumed you weren't coming. I didn't say that we weren't, but okay, fine. So on that Saturday, we only saw the first lot. And Daryl just fell in love with Sarabi, absolutely fell in love. And she was the runt of the litter. She was so small. I was like, okay. So we did. We picked up Sarabi and took her home. So it was a very quick decision, but I am very much, once I see something that I want, I just go for it. And I generally won't see anything else. So we brought her home. And Izzy wasn't particularly sure, first of all. But they've got on so well now. They play. Izzy's, where she's older, doesn't play a huge amount, but they do play and they do get on quite well. Sarabi is the boss. Sarabi is the most dominant one, which was quite surprising. Anyway, I've waffled on quite a lot about the dogs. Going off on a tangent. So, my kaleidoscope hippo, I'm hoping, should be finished on the 20th of August. And then I need to figure out what I am starting next. It will be another hippo project. it's just which one it will be. I recently purchased a Hipposphere, which is again another KLT charting chart. But I also have this tiny little hippo chart that I recently brought off Etsy. And I'm considering possibly starting that one, because that one I may be able to get done the same day, if not the next day, because I don't think there's going to be that many stitches in it. So I'm tempted to do alternate. So do a large one, then a small one, then a large one, and a small one, although this isn't huge. So I need to do 500 stitches to move myself to the next camp. And if you're not sure what that is, there is a stitchy game called Myth and Magic Stitch Wars. And usually we're in leagues. There's different clans. And each league fights. There's 5 clans in each league, and you fight, and last one standing wins the league, and either goes up, the winner goes up, and the losers drop a league. But if you're in the top league and you win, you then win the throne. I am part of the Sirens. And at the moment, we're on a break and we are doing a tour of the kingdom. So each clan member, and there's 5 clan members in each clan, needs to stitch 500 stitches to move themselves to the next clan. Once you've done that, and all clan members are moved, including the clan dragon, because yes, each clan can have a dragon. Our clan dragon is called Sabosi Pete. And then once all clan members have done their stitching and somebody has stitched for the dragon, we can then move on to the next clan, to the next camp, where we gift the camp some sparkly pebbles as a thank you for their hospitality. So we have just recently moved to our next clan, which means we need to now stitch our move stitches to move on. You're nasty. Let's drop you. If your clan members are still stitching and you've done yours, you can then also stitch 500 stitches to do a sparkly pebble. I haven't been stitching the last couple of days because I have been fighting off a migraine and my vertigo has been acting up. Thankfully, it's only been very, very mild, but it's not been the nicest. So I got carried. So I wasn't able to do my stitches for the last move. So if you can't do the stitches, then your other clan mates can carry you. But if they're carrying you, they have to do 750 stitches. So I got carried on the last camp. It's definitely, Myth is definitely a really good game and a good motivation to get your stitching in. And I can always tell when we're in play, because my stitching in the evenings go from about 100, 150 to 2, 3, even 400 stitches. So it is a good motivation to get your stitching in. Ooh. If you're interested in the back of the stitching, this is a really nice one. It's a neat, quite a neat back. So I do use a Lowry when I stitch, when I'm downstairs. Needle Minder, I don't know where that one's from. I think it's from Etsy. I do have some more up here. So that's a Maloka design. Ooh, that's my little code word. I got another Maloka there. This has been a life changer for Myth. So it's daily number. And you just right on there. And it just sits on my Lowry. Oh. So it is currently Jolly July, Christmas in July. But I fell behind on my daily stitching target for this. So hence why that is out this evening. But after tonight, I think I will swap her out and go back to my Partridge in a Pear Tree Joan Elliott project. Get some of that stitched. And then Sunday I will be working on my Shiver Me Timbers by Sue Hillis, because I think I've got about 500 full stitches left and then just the back stitch. So I'm hoping I may have a finish on Sunday. I should have some decent stitching on Saturday, but Sarabi has got her pre-op appointment in the morning for her spay. So hopefully that goes well, and then we can book her in for the op. But I don't know if she did or not have a phantom pregnancy a few weeks ago, or if it was just she just wasn't feeling well. I'm going to mention that, because if it was a phantom pregnancy, that's going to postpone her spay, which we don't particularly want. We don't want another heat sick, because she does not cope well being in season. None of the other dogs that we have had it affects, but Sarabi, she really does not cope well with it. We were supposed to get her spayed back in February, but unfortunately the brother-in-law unexpectedly died, so then we had to deal with that. That is a whole other story that I'm absolutely not getting into. Right, that is 100 stitches. What I love about these kaleidoscopes is each of these triangles are 100 stitches. So this project is absolutely perfect for Myth, because I know I just need to do 5 of these triangles and I've done my 500 stitches. I am going to leave it there as my first little trial stitch with me. What did we think? Do we think this is something that I should do again? Or are you like, absolutely not, I never want to see that again? Right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you soon for a regular Flosstube. Bye.